Today's topic is rhetoric. Rhetoric gets a bad rap, but really it's just a tool or a set of tools that can be used for any situation and can be used for good or ill. So what is rhetoric? Aristotle said rhetoric was about persuasion, and that's a good start, but when we think of persuasion, a lot of people think of politicians trying to get you to vote for them, companies trying to get you to buy things, or even nonprofits trying to get you to donate money, things like that. And those are all great examples of persuasion. But what about something as simple as saying hello to a person? When you say hello to someone, it usually just feels like you're saying hello. There's no ulterior motive there, no secret thing you're trying to persuade them to do. Or is there? At the bare minimum, you're trying to get them to notice you, and most likely if you're saying hi to a friend, saying hello is an attempt to either affirm or strengthen your friendship, to imply that you care enough about someone to at least say hello to them, and that you hope they care enough about you to reciprocate. You do, in fact, want something from them, just like the politicians that want your vote and the companies that want your money. Oh, maybe not just like that. It's a much smaller scale, but even something as simple as saying hello is a persuasive communicative event. What I'm saying here is that everything is persuasion. Every communicative event is persuasion. Every piece of communication is rhetorical. That's not a bad thing necessarily. It's just the way communication works. Even things that you might think of as super neutral, like a scientific paper or a newspaper article, those things are also rhetorical. At the very least, the writer has to do at least some work to persuade you that what they're writing is trustworthy. Scientists do this by explaining how they conducted their research in such a way that if other people wanted to do it themselves, they could. Journalists do this by using what appears to be straightforward language and simply reporting what happened without editorializing. Well, some journalists do this. You might say, but if the journalists are just reporting what happened, or the scientists are just reporting how they did their study, how is that persuasive? Well, because they still want you to take their word for it on what they're saying. That because I conducted an experiment in this way, what I say about the results is smart and valid and true, and you should agree with me. You should agree with my findings. Because I talked to these witnesses about what happened and I read the police report, or because I was there and saw what happened, you should take my word for it that it happened exactly the way I said it did. So what does all this mean? It means you should never trust anybody and everyone is lying to you all the time. No, not at all. It just means that it's always a good idea to approach media, even seemingly straightforward media, especially seemingly straightforward media, with a critical eye. You want to think about who benefits from the message being communicated. Have other people said similar things, or have some people said very different things? Does the message itself make sense? And that brings us back around to rhetoric. Rhetoric gives us tools for both creating and analyzing messages. What exactly those tools are, though, is the topic for another video.